Hey, what's up YouTube? Fad Master here, and this is the LG G17Q. I've had the phone for almost a week. It's my daily driver, and this is my full review. Let's get straight into it, shall we? So the phone comes in three colors. There's my favorite, the Aurora Black. We have the Platinum Grey and the Moroccan Blue, which I really am a fan of at the moment. So the Moroccan Blue is really nice in person. It's very nice and slick. On the front side of things, we have the 6.1 inch of pure goodness Quad HD display, but it is rocking an LCD screen instead of an OLED. It was a bit of a letdown when I heard the news, but after using it for about a week, I think the LCD display is pretty amazing as well. Furthermore, the LCD display features what they call the super bright display that can allow the screen to go up to about 1000 nit, which means even in direct sunlight you can actually easily view the screen. I've tried the screen on a very hot blazing sun. You know, Singapore is always hot and sunny, and even in direct sunlight I can still see the screen really well. So I don't really mind the compromisation of the OLED screen. The LCD screen is pretty superb as well. The LCD screen also features HDR, high dynamic range, and if you use an app like Netflix app on your phone, you can select a movie or TV show with HDR enabled, and the movie quality is amazing, I can tell you. In fact, I've compared my Samsung S8 screen with this LG G7 screen on Netflix movies, and I can tell you, although it is a non-OLED screen, the colors pop up, it is vibrant, and the image quality as a whole is pretty amazing. So I enjoy watching movies on this LG G7. The front camera is a 8 megapixels for all your selfie pleasure, and there is actually a notch. Like I mentioned earlier in my previous video during the event, I don't really mind the notch, but for those who don't really fancy the notch, you can actually hide the notch by using what LG is calling the new second screen customization, where you can choose a black border around the notch to make the notch disappear. Even if you don't use this customization and you leave the notch alone when you watch a YouTube or even Netflix app or any video app, the LG software allows the screen to be automatically adjusted so that the notch will not be a hindrance to your screen. So for me, I kind of prefer the notch to be there. At the back of the phone is the Gorilla Glass material, which is pretty slick. Of course, it means a little bit of a fingerprint magnet, but it does wipe up quite easily using any microfiber cloth. Sticking at the back of things, we have the dual camera setup. So this dual camera setup is pretty interesting. We have two lenses, which is at the same exact megapixel, 16 megapixel to be exact, but one of the lenses is a wide angle lens at 107 degrees, which means super wide angle. This is the first time using a phone with a super wide angle, and I'm pretty blown away. It can also be used on videos, which means when you capture video using the wide angle lens, you can get a nice wide angle without the effect of a fish eye lens. In order for you to choose between the standard lens and the wide angle lens, it is easily accessible using the camera app. So there's two buttons for you to choose from. If you want to go to the wide angle lens, just simply choose the wide angle, or go back to the standard lens by just simply tapping on the button. Built inside the camera is the AI technology, artificial intelligence, which allows the software to analyze whatever you are actually shooting. So if you're, for example, if you're pointing the lens towards a subject, the OS will identify what kind of subject it is and then give you recommended shooting modes for you to easily capture the best possible picture. For example, if you have a plant in front of you, you can actually point towards the plant, activate AI camera, and then the lens will analyze whatever is in front of the lens and give you the recommended shooting mode. For me, this particular thing is a little bit of hit and miss. Sometimes the OS or the AI kind of analyze it quite quickly and give me the best recommended settings, but sometimes it struggles to give me the best appropriate shooting mode. There's even times where it doesn't even give me the mode, and it kept toggling between all the shooting modes, which was quite frustrating. I think this is a software that can be updated a little bit in the future to make it even better. So the AI camera for me is a hit and miss. Powering the phone is the Qualcomm 845 chipset with 6GB of RAM and 120 gigs of storage. There's a micro SD slot which allows you to expand the storage up to 2 TB, so that's fantastic. The back of the glass means that it has NFC and wireless charging built in, so that's a plus. Below the volume button is actually a very special button. That's the Google Assistant button that allows you to easily access Google Assistant. I was quite surprised by this move because I was expecting LG to come up with their own assistant software, but thankfully they didn't, and they went ahead with the Google Assistant. I simply enjoy this because I use Google Assistant almost every day, and to easily access the Assistant using a button is a plus for me. However, for those who don't really use the Google Assistant or any other assistant software, this might be bad news for you because the button cannot be remappable. So I've asked LG about this. At the moment, they do not have any plans, but who knows, in the future they might update the software to allow you to reconfigure the button. At the other side of the phone, we have the power button, and if we look below, we have the 3.5mm jack. Hooray! We have the USB-C connector and the boombox speaker. So the boombox speaker is pretty interesting. What they did was LG designed the speaker in a very unique way. They make use of the space inside the phone to allow it to be like a chamber resonance, to allow air to move to and fro inside the enclosure of the phone, which means when you play music or movies, the sound quality is amazing, especially the bass.
Bag in his use. Does he got a bag in his use? How many times have I made me feeling like a young pussy for the ladies? Money coming at another level lately, shining bright like an Indian Jay-Z. About to make a million while this woman come chase me, never chase me for the payment they.
The phone also features DTS-X codec, so when you're watching a movie or even music, you can enable the DTS to be able to give you that nice, rich 3D virtual surround effect up to about 7.1. Of course, you will most probably need a decent pair of headphones to maximize this quality, and I've tried on a few various headphones and I can tell you this, it does work as promised as well. Apart from that, LG also retains the popular Hi-Fi DAC, which is built inside the phone to allow audiophiles or music lovers to enjoy good quality music from the phone. Of course, you need a headphone to be able to activate this, and again, in my testing, the sound quality through the headphone is superb. The phone also features what they call the Super Far Field voice recognition, which means in order for you to activate the Google Assistant using your voice command, you don't need the phone to be near to you. In fact, the phone can actually be a little bit further away from you and it will still work. Hey Google, what time is it?
It's 1:39.
The phone is actually equipped with Android OS 8.0 Oreo, which is the latest Android OS, but with the LG software built into it. For me, I was pleasantly surprised because the LG software that was in the LG G7 is pretty nice and subtle, very minimal, and pretty quick. The battery is 3000 mAh. I can say the battery life is pretty good. I almost use it for a full day from 9 AM to about 9 PM. I can still get about 10 to 8% of battery life, which is pretty decent for a 3000 mAh battery. It is not mind-blowing in terms of battery life, but I managed to get almost 4 to 4.5 screen on time with the phone, which is pretty okay. So what do you think about the LG G17Q? I think the LG phone that they have designed could be one of the best models so far. I enjoy the design of the phone. I like the fact that the back of the phone is maintains the LG signature look. I like where the fingerprint scanner is. I like how they managed to design the dual camera setup. I love the wide angle lens. I simply enjoy the software. That was one of the sections that I was pretty surprised about. I enjoy the software. I think this could be one of the phones that I wouldn't mind not putting a launcher on it. Battery life is decent. The thing that I would love for it to improve is the camera quality. I'm not really a phone camera pro users. I don't really use the manual mode. I basically use the auto mode like a lot of people do, but it's a hit and miss. Sometimes I could get superb quality, but at times pictures comes up a little bit grainy, a little bit soft. Low light quality, which they promised to be fantastic, wasn't really delivering its promise. I was a little bit disappointed, but of course all these are all software based. I'm pretty sure they can update the software to make the camera app even better than what it is now. So do you think you should get the LG G7? Yeah, you should consider this. In a market where the Samsungs and the iPhones and the Android Pixel phones are dominating the market, the LG phones are usually flying below the radar. I think they deserve more respect, especially the LG G7. The fact that they boldly put the Google Assistant button here proves that they are more than willing to listen to feedbacks from their users. I think that should be highly commended for. For those who want a new phone in 2018, please consider this. This could be your next phone. So that's it. That's my review of the LG G17Q. Hopefully you like and enjoy the video. If you do, please hit the like button and please consider subscribing. It will be a great help for me in the coming future for all my future videos. And that's pretty much it actually. Till the next video, this is me, Fad Maestro, Handmade Video signing off. You guys have a good day. Goodbye.